The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Leader's question. The question was, how can the Prime Minister waste millions of dollars on a rive scam when Canadians can't afford to eat, heat, or house themselves? The answer is because the NDP keeps that Prime Minister in power. That's and votes consistently in committee to cover up the scandal and shut down investigations. This app was supposed to cost 80 grand, said the Prime Minister. Now it's at least 60 million, but we don't know for sure because of missing documents. What is the full and final cost of a rive scam?
Here. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I've addressed these questions, but I will highlight that part of the Conservatives' attacks on this situation is because they deeply deplore all the measures we put in to keep Canadians safe during the pandemic. We remember how they gave in to conspiracy theories, spreading anti-vaxxer conspiracies, standing against measures that we needed to put forward to keep Canadians safe. Yes, as we did all those things, we made sure that rules were followed, and any rules that weren't followed, there are consequences and there are investigations ongoing. We will continue to keep Canadian safety at the forefront.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
What was the full and final cost of the app?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, that is among the questions that there are direct follow-ups, investigations ongoing right now, both internal and external, to ensure that as rules were evidently broken, there are consequences, there is an accountability for this. There's no doubt that there are serious challenges around procurement and the public service that were evident at that time. We need to make sure that is fixed. We need to move forward in a way that takes better responsibility for the kinds of challenges that we saw in this situation.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
How much?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, during the pandemic, we were there to invest to protect Canadians and keep their lives safe. Despite the objections and the conspiracy theorism of the Conservative Party, we stepped up in many, many different ways. But even as we did, we expected and we continue to expect that rules around procurement be followed by the public service. It is obvious that that was not the case here. That is why there are ongoing investigations, there will be consequences, and there will be changes made to the public services systems.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
The Prime Minister said ArriveCAN would cost $80,000. According to the Auditor General, it cost at minimum $60 million, 750 times more. But we still don't know because the records weren't kept properly. But the Prime Minister has access to all documents in his government. So the question is, how much did the app cost? How much? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. As I said, there are investigations underway trying to find out exactly what happened and who benefited and what the consequences should be. This is very important. But remember that at the same time, everything we did was to protect Canadians at that time. And we expected even during that terrible crisis that the rules would be followed. And obviously they appear not to have been followed. So that's why there's an investigation to shed full light on the situation. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Combien?
How much? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. As I said, Mr. Speaker, there are investigations underway to find out who is responsible, what rules were broken, and what the consequences should be for those involved. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. The people involved are taxpayers who can't pay their bills anymore, Mr. Speaker. The Leader of the government has access to all the documents. Does he think we believe he doesn't know how much that cost? How much a rive scam cost?
He doesn't know how much his own app costs. He has the power to call for any document he wants from the government. So either he's covering it up, he's incompetent, or worse. Which is it?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, there are ongoing investigations, both internal and external, that are following up on exactly how this unacceptable situation happened. We received the Auditor General's report last week. We are following up, and we have been following up on this for months already, Mr. Speaker. We're going to continue to make sure that anyone who broke the rules faces consequences, that systems and structures surrounding the public service and procurement are changed. This is something we are taking very seriously, as we must.